I floated the idea that what if Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris as an FU to the Democratic establishment by forcing him to go out. I still to this day do not believe it was his choice. And we come to that agreement with a lot of the things that Nancy Pelosi has said off on camera and caught off hot mic and stuff like that, that they pushed out Joe Biden because they thought there was no possible way to win. And he got mad about it. He was pissed. And he said, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to endorse Kamala Harris. A, as an FU to the establishment, and B, that he's a part of. And he knew they would lose, and he knew that was the only way to get rid of her, and he didn't actually like Kamala Harris, and now he's mad at the Democratic establishment, and I think you're just watching everything unfold. So it turns out it was actually probably 100% true. Even the Young Turks have said so.
You all to know about it, okay? So we found out over the weekend, thanks to Nancy Pelosi's interview with the New York Times on their podcast, The Daily, that the plan was to get Biden to, step down from the re-election bid.
Yeah.
And then they were all planning an open primary. But Biden, 30 minutes after he dropped out of the race, decided to endorse Kamala Harris as a middle finger to the Democratic Party. The other thing to know about Joe Biden is that their internal polling before he dropped out of the race indicated that if he stayed in the race, Donald Trump was going to win even more electoral college votes than he won against Kamala Harris. But they didn't care. Okay, he remained in the race until it was, in my opinion, already incredibly late. And so he set up Kamala Harris for failure. He set up the Democratic Party for failure. But I also want to be clear that the Democratic Party specializes in failure.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for everything that you've done. You made the country worse off on purpose so that Donald Trump could be president for us all. Thank you for floating Kamala Harris and then no one buying the manufactured joy that she's a great, great candidate. Cheers. Because as I've always said, one of my favorite quotes of Joe Biden is when Joe Biden was in Florida during a hurricane, somebody walked up to him and said, "Nobody f***s with the Bidens." That is a literal quote. I didn't curse. Okay, Mom? And I thought, that is pretty aggressive. And it turns out it's absolutely true. Nancy, you got what you wanted. You got him out, but he gave you what you didn't want. I love when two people that are obsessed with power fight over power. Because in the end, you both destroy each other.